sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below. Good evening everybody and welcome along once again to Apex Online Racing. This is Season 19 of Xbox One F1 and we are at the Circuit of the Americas tonight for the United States Grand Prix. It has been held in many venues since F1 came to America, such as Watkins Glen, Long Beach and Indy. Texas hasn't been around for very long, believe it or not. First held this very circuit in 2012, first being built in 2010. 5 races being won by Mercedes in the hybrid era. One notable win came from Kimi Raikkonen back in 2018. And the most spectacular feature around this track is the 251 tall observation tower, which gives spectators fantastic and beautiful views of the track and a chance for more on-track battles to be seen. Let's have a look at the track. COTA is 5.5 kilometers long with 20 turns, 9 to the left and 11 to the right. There are 2 DRS zones for overtaking, one at the start finish straight at the steep hill going towards turn 1 and one at the back straight of turn 11 heading towards turn 12. Watch out for the S section, which reminds me of circuits such as Suzuka, where full concentration and focus must happen if you want to nail that part of the track. As always, we have a 50% race which consists of an 18-minute qualifying session to decide the grid, and we've got 28 racing laps with a distance of approximately 154 kilometers, and there are 66 gear changes per lap. 3 compounded tyres as always, the softs, which is the C2s, C3s, mediums, which is the C2s, and the hards, which is the C4s. Other way around, but tyre degradation is a bit trickier than most other tracks on the AOR calendar, but it's not too bad. The mediums are 1.4 seconds slower than the softs, and the hards 2.1 seconds slower than the softs. Okay, before we go to qualifying, let's have a look at the championship standings. So we've got Shizu Ewan that's leading the championship with 93 points. Then we've got Jam Pancakes in second with Adam Dude in third, Clenzo in fourth, Humperdinck in fifth, Pietro in sixth, VSR Antoine unfortunately can't make it tonight, but he's in seventh, Bobbitt's in eighth. We got Lynx in ninth, who is T10 Shadow. He's no longer in the league, unfortunately. I will reveal who's replaced him later. And then we've got Rosie in 10th, and then we've got Tribune in 11th, LGS 12th, Lefted 13th, Hawk 14th, Chris in 15th, Amaze in 16th, Conneretti in 17th, Raven 18th, and Z-Tech in 19th. Okay, looking at the constructors, Haas leading by 24 points over Mercedes with Racing Point in third. Fourth is Toro Rosso with 54 points. Fifth is Renault with 44. Sixth place is McLaren with 32. Ferrari is 24 points. 8th place is Williams with 23 points. Alpha in 9th with 10 points, and Red Bull only on 6 points after their dreadful performance last time about. I'm Jess, as always. I'll be in the commentary box, and joining me as per always is Dicer. Welcome back, Dicer.
Thank you for having me here. A track which can be really open to strategy, and obviously the track limits are a bit off, so this could definitely mix up the field, but the softs being a very undesirable tyre on this track, so we could see people softs to mediums, could be softs to hards, depending on how long you feel comfortable on the on those softs for. So this could really be changed by quite a bit, and who knows who could win this, because if you can keep it clean and keep it on the track, no track limit warnings, no penalties, you could be in for a very good result.
Yeah, definitely. And let's go on board with someone who's just on a lap, who only retired on lap 1 last week. Hopefully he will last less than that. It's Connor Eddy. He's on the softs straight away, and it's looking a bit dark at the moment. So it might presume that it might rain towards the end of qualifying, but we don't know yet. As he's the first to set a lap, that's why he's purple in sector 1. This is a very tricky corner to get right as you're about to approach turn 7 and 8. You're going to go up the hill here, and he's managing his ERS perfectly as we go towards turn 9. And now we're going into the DRS straight, going towards turn 10 and 11. Well, obviously, like I said earlier, is where we'll see the most overtaking opportunities around this track as he approaches it on overtake mode at the moment. He goes to the right-hand side a bit, kisses the curb, then moves over to the left, goes down into second. I think that is the gear is recommended to go here, because if you do it in third, then you're not going to really make the corner. Then goes towards another tricky right-hander here. It is pretty much penalty prone, this circuit. So these guys need to make sure their lap is absolutely right, make sure it's not validated. Luckily, at the moment, Conneretti is not got an invalidated lap, so that's good news. So he's come across the line. It's not going to be a fast one, but it's going to set a 132.611, which puts him in P8 for now. And on pole at the moment is Shizu Yuen in the Haas Dicer.
A very good time, an awesome time by those top two, Jam Pancakes and Shizu Yuen. But as you were saying, it does seem a bit duller, which, I mean, could signify maybe weather conditions, but rain isn't too frequent here, and I think the drivers might be a bit thankful for the clouds, because sun glare is extreme around here, especially around the final corner. You have the sun right in your face and it can really mess up the braking zones. But these guys seem to be dealing with it perfectly. Some very, very strong times out there. Ewan 2/10 ahead of Jam Pancakes, his championship rival. Obviously, this is the start of the session, and these guys could improve, but that is some very, very good times to be putting out there straight away.
The last few races, has been absolutely amazing to watch. So if you haven't watched them, please do. Obviously, watch after the stream. And we can already see, like I was discussing earlier, a clear championship contenders between Shizu Yuen and Jam Pancakes. These are the two I think that are going to challenge for the championship, unless Adam Duda can throw a surprise in there as well. It's great, you know, that it's been a lot closer than previous seasons, because obviously last season, Veloce Surprise was doing really, really well. We do have a few new drivers today. I did mention Tom left has been blacklisted from the league, so replacing him in the Toro Rosso is a familiar face to the AOR leagues. He is Ollie Smithson. He's been in F2, I think, for 2 seasons now, season 15 and season 16, and he was originally reserved at the beginning of the week. Tom left, and he got the call to be a full-time. Of course he said yes, and he's on the circuit. He doesn't feel that confident on the track at the moment. He's hoping to have a validated lap, and he was speaking to me before the race actually, and he's just hoping for points. If he just gets 1 point or better, then that's fair, because obviously these guys are really, really fast. And also we've got Street Gamer. He is reserve this week. He's filling in for VSR Antoine, so he's a new reserve, so thank you very much for him. It'll be interesting to see how he does. I've seen him in a few leagues and he's quite quick, but I haven't seen him in the top league, so this might be a new experience for him. And replacing no one, we actually got a full 20-car grid for the first time this season, and he's not on track at the moment. John MH 2002 is in the Alpha, and I've seen him in other leagues. He's mega quick, and he's already set a statement or up in there in P4, so brilliant job from John.
Yeah, definitely. These guys are fast, and John, as you said, already up P4, very strong. But you got people like Street Gamer, you know, first few times in the top tiers, for all we know, he could be insanely fast. He hasn't set a time yet, so we're sort of a bit vague on him on what we could expect, but he could absolutely smash this for all we know. So it should be good to see some new faces and see maybe someone to put up an extra fight, because obviously, as you said, Adam Dude, he's sitting there nicely in the championship. Obviously, he's always there when there's sort of a slip up and he can really take hold of the situation. We can have someone like John maybe try and push up there, even sort of deal with the big boys like Jam Pancakes and Ewan. So it's really, we have to just wait and see for this race, because obviously a lot factors into a league race. You can't just have pace, you've got to have consistency and obviously clean racing, and I feel like John's definitely got some of that, and the same with Ollie. So we can see what they're going to produce, and hopefully they could be another person to fight for the championship.
Yeah, I think his last win was season 15, his last win, Ollie Smithson, and you know, we may see him for a surprise. I remember this time last season, obviously a lot of the F2 guys went to F1 to merge the tiers, and obviously that's where we first saw Adam do extremely well. So I think we can see a surprise. We'll have to wait and see. We've got 9 minutes left to go of the session. Thank you very much for those of you that just joined from the other AOR sessions. Hope you're all doing good. I'm going to throw you on the spot, Dicer. Who do you pick for pole position?
I'm probably going to go Ewan, and then Jam Pancakes, and then I'm going to go for John. I feel like John will be able to put a good performance in. That'll be my top 3. I feel like Ewan he's set a very decent lap straight away, and he set that off the bat his first lap. Obviously, Jam Pancakes has got a lot of pace, so it would be very close between those two. But he 2/10 on the first lap. I mean, it's not that much, but that could be the difference between, you know, just pole position and not. So I feel like Ewan will be able to take this just from his pace. And I was watching him in the evaluation races as well, and I know this was a long time ago, but he was very, very fast around there as well. So I feel like he could take pole position here. Then I'll go Jam Pancake second, and John, a new face, obviously. I feel like he'll be able to fit right in here and take third. What about you?
Oh, it's a tough one. Obviously, apart from John and Ollie, I don't know what the other drivers new to this league can do in this top tier, because obviously John is top tier material in other leagues. I've seen it in other leagues. He's absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to put in P3 as well, but I'm going to kind of switch the top 2 around, I think, as Ewan has just probably disproved my point. But I'm going to stick to it because, you know, I don't want to ruin my predictions. There's a Jam Pancakes, I think, is going to throw out a last surprise and take pole with Ewan second and John in third. But, you know, it's quite close between these two. If I have a look at the gap to first and second, 1 at 10th already. And most of these guys are already going out already with 7 minutes to go. So I guess they just want to get their laps as quickly as they can. As Ollie, I think, set a time on the softs now. Unless he's oh nope, he's set his best time on the hard, so he's going to set his lap time on the softs. I'm very interested. A lot more people are qualifying on the softs, but it's not like the last game where the softest tyre tends to die a bit more. It's a lot more balanced, because obviously the softs are the C4s. Correct me if I'm wrong, and the mediums are the C3s. I got that wrong in the intro. I do apologise, but yeah. But I do believe it's either soft to mediums or soft to hards, I believe, Dicer?
Yeah, the softs are not a very nice tyre around here. They can die off very quickly, which can lead to easily maybe a second or slower after around lap 7-ish. So it's whether or not they want to push until a later lap, switch onto the mediums, or how good your tyre saving really is. Because obviously there's, you know, you switch onto the hard, you're going to be a bit faster towards the end of the race, but you're going to be slower on that pit stop period. But you'll be gaining time on those who didn't box, as you'll have the undercut. But if you want to switch onto the mediums, you're going to want to have to go later onto the softs, but you'll be compromising time towards the end and on that period from around lap 7 to lap 8 onwards. So there's definitely two sort of situations both the all the drivers can take. So it's whether or not they're going to want to, you know, sort of choose track position earlier on and try and, you know, cut through the field on the mediums, those who did box onto the hards, or whether or not you want to sort of come at the end of the race and make sure you retain position that you probably already made from the undercut. There's a lot of strategy underlying on this game, and it's really depending on how much you can save your tyres, because as you said, only 3 selection of tyres throughout the whole calendar, so your tyre saving does need to be quite on point, especially around tracks like this.
Ooh, Ollie improved quite a bit. He improved by 2 tenths to on the sauce of 1:31.7. That's not a bad lap, actually. The times at the moment, I'm just looking at the time difference for everyone, and let me just have a look. Leader, that's it. Gap is about a second between first and 12. That's amazing. We see how close the Belgian Grand Prix qualifying was. This is just sensational right now. I thought a lot more people would invalidate their laps, but they haven't yet, which is good. But they are the top tier after all. But I'm guessing if people would want to do soft to mediums, I think they would hope for a safety car. But I haven't seen much safety cars around COTA appear, unless someone has a massive shunt. Usually I think that's one of the only tracks where it only happens in once in a blue moon, I think. But we'll have to wait and see. For the last few races, there was a safety car in each of them for Xbox One F1. So, you know, anything can happen. We'll have to wait and see, as quite a few people are now diving into the pit lane. And the track is starting to get a lot better, and it's a lot sunnier. But I'm going on board with, I'm just trying to see if I can find someone to go on board with to explain how high the sun is at the moment, but I don't think they're the right part of the circuit for me to go on. Actually, no, SSR Bobbers, he's on his outlap, but you can see the sun is a lot higher than it should be, and I would find it a lot difficult. And don't forget, these guys don't have racing line, no assist at all, so they just got to rely on that muscle memory and obviously the braking lines and the brake and marbles, as long as they don't take them off or anything. So that must be quite tricky, but yeah, should be interesting there. As Ewan goes out again, he's the first one to come out, so I'm guessing he wants some clear air, Dicer.
Definitely, everyone's going to sort of be going out towards sort of 2 minutes odd, so yeah, he's definitely just going to go out there, set his lap now, and then sort of, because when you're bunched up with a lot of people, if someone is going slower than you or messes up their lap, they tend just to slow down, and that can really hinder your lap. But SSR Bullets is really displaying the radiance of the sun. That is very bright, but that can also hurt. Let's hope nobody takes all the braking markers in the race, because that could be very bad, because you just can't see on that sun. It's incredible. But hopefully a lot of people out on their outlaps now, so Ewan, obviously, he's now started his lap, so if he can improve, that would be sensational. But he's got to make sure he does not invalidate here at the S's. He's just going to start it here. And he looks like he's carrying a lot of speed here. Make sure you don't invalidate it and just be able to still clip some of the curbs. He's done that very nicely there, incredibly fast, and that is a purple.
That's brilliant. Oh, I'm impressed with Ewan. I mean, he's don't forget, he joined this season. He's new to the league. I was not expecting him to be fighting for the championship this early on his first season. I can't think of the last time Xbox One did that. And he's going to get a tow from Raven as well. I don't think Raven is meant to do that. So, Raven, my friend, if you don't want to give the tow, you need to move out of the way, which he does. That's given Ewan so much more time in Sector 2, almost certainly. But Ewan, as well as Antoine as well, I believe, they both qualify for the Pro Draft, which I don't know when that's going to happen, to be honest, but they might even get signed by an esports team, and that's just sensational. I got to say, Ewan, Pancakes, and obviously Antoine as well, if he has a lucky day, and possibly John as well. They're probably one of the fastest guys on Xbox right now. They're currently playing the game. Oh no, whoa. Ewan's invalidated.
SSR Bobbers though.
What?
I was not expecting that. That's incredible. He's up to P3 and comfortably.
Wow.
Clanzo just behind him. That is, wow. I wouldn't have put him to P3, but
I'm not shocked.
Obviously.
I'm not shocked because last season in USA, me and Andy were shell-shocked that Bobbert started 5th place and he got a lightning start and he took the lead into turn 1. So he likes this track a lot, Dicer. So I think we've underestimated him here. He could possibly do well.
Wow, yeah, that is hats off to Bobbert. So I'll give him that. That was very good. But back to Ewan. Raven probably could have set him up for easily what would be pole, probably without any argument. But obviously, just the last couple of corners can be a bit dangerous. But we've still got quite a few people who've got jam pancakes. He is up on his time, but it's not by much. He's going to definitely want a last sector of dreams here, hopefully. And if he wants to knock you off pole, he's going to have to do it right now. Very wide. How is that not invalidated?
I think he's going to do it. He's going to
do it here.
He's going to come across the line and he does it! I thought he was 5 tenths quicker, but he was 1 tenth quicker than his previous best. But look at the gap, it's not that much at all.
Less than a tenth.
What?
Wow, that just proves how close these guys are. That jam pancakes has knocked you off, and that could be essential, especially in how the championship is lining up. Wow, what a time. That is great.
I told you. I called it. I said he was going to throw a surprise out of the bag, and he did. But don't forget, there's still John still on his lap. And he is looking pretty good at the moment, going through Sector 2. So watch out on him. We've also got Z-Tex, Ollie, Humperdinck. They're still out on the lap as well. I do believe LGS has just come across the line. Has the yellow flag in Sector 2. Not sure quite who that is for. Ollie's slowing down, so he's not going to finish his lap. Humperdinck is invalidated. So, yeah, all eyes are on the Alfa Romeo of Mr. John. I mean, you know,
Oh no.
We'll have to wait and see.
He's thrown his lap.
Oh, no, he has. He has. So he's not going to improve. He's only in 9th place, though, which is, if it was a normal person starting the league, that'll be good. But for him, since he's used to being up there near the top, I will be disappointed with that. So, yeah, that's not good for him. But Jam Pancakes, pole position. I think his last pole was Bahrain. So I think the last lot of poles have been taken by Ewan or Antoine. So, yeah. So, well done to Jam Pancakes in the Mercedes.
A very strong lap there, and obviously Ewan just losing out. But again, it's a track where anything can happen due to the track limits, and I feel like Bobbett's could be a very, very strong contender here, to be honest. The grid is sort of all flipped upside down. We've got people like Bobbett's Clenzo up there, P3 and P4, very strong by them, and then we've got people like Adam Dude down in 11th.
Look at the gap. Look at the gap. 29 thousandths. Amazing. So let's go through the standings quickly. We've got Jam Pancakes and Ewan, Bobbett's Clenzo left it in 5th. Was not expecting him up there at all. Brilliant qualifying result from him. And we've got Christo in 6th, Z-Tech 7th, and then Pietro, then John, and LGS round up your top 10. Then we've got Adam Dude, Amaze, Tribian, Raven, Ollie, Humperdinck, Connor, Flying Rosie, Hawk, and Street Gamer did not set a lap time, so I'm assuming he's invalidated quite a bit. Because obviously he hasn't got a qualifying ban because it's his first race in the league. So, you know, I think he was just not happy at all. But again, I'm setting low expectations for him because this is his first race in the top tier. So, not expecting too much from him, obviously. And at the moment, unless it's changeable conditions, it looks like it's no cloud in the sky, Dicer, at all.
This is a good sign for the weather reasons of people not liking the wet, but this is not a good sign with the whole glare. This could be a bit of a problem, but hopefully it should be okay. Street Gamer, again, you said low expectations, but I feel like he'll still be able to make a few positions. He'll set himself off the bottom of the pack, and hoping to see something good from him. Same with Bobbett's. I predict Bobbett's to have a good race, but I'm just sort of hoping there. Because last time I wished someone a good race, they DNF'd.
Yeah, I'm not gonna jinx too much here because I really don't. Because last time I remember jinxing Shadow, who's in the chat right now, quite a few times, and I feel so bad for him. And he had a bad race we had a good race last week, and then it just all fell to pieces for him. So, you know, I'm not gonna say too much about where people would finish. But I don't know. It's going to be close between Jam Pancakes and Ewan. Oh, I really don't know. I think they're going to hope for a safety car by looks of things. But I think I'm going to put Jam Pancakes for the win. Because the last few times he's on pole, he went on to win the race. So usually his record is really consistent if he gets pole. So yeah, I think Jam Pancakes is going to be... I don't know. Bobbett's is usually good with starts, but then after that, it just falls to pieces for him. So I think Bobbett's will be 4th. Ewan will be 2nd. And I don't know who's going to be... Actually, no. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Top 3. It's going to stay as it is unless any safety cars appear, which I don't know what's going to happen. But who is your top 3, Dicer? Do you think?
Right, this is going to be a bit weird. I'm going to go Ewan first, Jam Pancakes 2nd, and then just because he manages to pull out of the bag so randomly, he's rather gonna I feel like this is one of the races where he's gonna rather flop or he's gonna do really well. I'm gonna go Adam Dude 3rd. I feel like he's gonna have an absolute raucous race. He's gonna cut the field completely.
That is good.
Strong.
That is good.
He's a very strong racer. Very strong. and he's really always there when something goes wrong. So I feel like there'll be a safety car, and he'll be able to avoid the incident and somehow make his way up into P3. Just because that's the type of racer that he is. He's very, very consistent, and it shows. So I don't know if I'm just being a bit over.
No, you're not. Here. You're not. You always go for bold positions, for bold predictions for P3, and I think that will probably work in your favours. I think because even though he's on the soft tyres, I think he's made the right decision on the soft because he's not that far from 10th place. If everyone else has a horrible start, he can climb his way up, and most of the time, like you said, every time there's a safety car, he's always in the frame of mind where he finishes quite high. So yeah. So let's go through the tyres quickly before we start the race. We've got Adam Dude, Tribune, Raven, Humperdinck on the softs, and we've got Amazed, Smithson, Eddie, Flying Rosie, Hawk, and Street Gamer on the mediums. Everybody else on the top 10, they have to start on the softs, so they're on the soft compound tyres. 28 laps await the drivers this evening. Thank you very much for those of you who just joined us from the earlier AOR race. This is the final race of the night, Xbox One F1. Let's get cracking then. The 5 red lights on your screen pretty soon, as we've got Jam Pancakes on the left, Ewan on the right. Who's going to have the better getaway into turn 1? Let's find out. It is lights out, and away we go. And it's pretty even start from all of them, and let's see Bobberts can have a lightning start. He is going into turn 1. He nearly is going to try and fend off Ewan at this rate. We've got a Ferrari spinning into turn 1. Quite a few people involved in an incident at the back, but my Bobberts with a brilliant start. I think Ewan had a good getaway start to begin with, but Jam Pancakes with a great launch off the line. He just had the edge there, and John already has gained 2 positions. He's up into P7 as he's trying to fend off Z-Tech into the S's. It is quite hard to overtake there, my friend, but I think Z-Tech just manages to fend there as they go through the left-hand side. As all, we got Pietro trying to make a move around the outside. It's going to be 3 wide almost. It's insane right now. And we got a spinner. That is Hawk. And bad news, I'm afraid. Your prediction for P3 is all the way down in 19th place. So he must have get caught up in some incidents.
Yeah, I called it. It was rather going to be a great race for him, or he was going to fluff it at the start. And it has not worked in my favour, but straight off the bat, you could see Jam Pancakes knows what he's doing. He's got that outside line as pole position, but he's got that little bit of sort of gap to Ewan, as obviously he started on the front. So he's instantly gone and tucked himself into that inside line, which is a very smart idea. A lot of them going wide there, sort of exploiting the track limits, which shouldn't be exploited, but is in the game. You can go to Mexico and back through that. Through there, but SR Bob, it's quite a strong start from him, and John's left.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not a great way to start.
Hopefully someone can invite him. I don't think we can because we're spectators, but yeah, I swear if I predict them for quali or the race, their race goes to pieces for the 3rd position anyway. So yeah, that is a shame from John, but hopefully he can come back soon. We're on lap 2 already, and I think quite a few people are going into the pits. I think the only one that had damage, I think, was Hawk, and he had a spin. Everybody else, I think there was Tribune that had the spin, but I think it's a bit minor. I think, but he's struggling in front of Adam Dude. I think Adam Dude is probably going to get him towards, I think, turn 8 and 9, as Tribune manages to defend really well from him at the moment. So another big surprise as well. Maze, he's up into P10 right now. He's either going to get past John, because obviously John has disconnected. That's another position. Maze says, thank you very much. And he's up into 9th place. He goes. I think this is a track that Amaze has done really well in the past as well. So that's brilliant as well. And Humperdinck, they having a bit of contact with a Maze there. But Humperdinck's up into 9th place. Oh my word. That was almost a late move there. Late lunge from the 2 of them. But Humperdinck stays ahead, but my oh my, that was very, very close. But this is a track where a lot of people do take a lot of risks, Dicer.
I'll give it to him. John's ghost is not sitting down. He's giving it everything he's got here. I mean, he definitely might have caused the collision there with the whole getting in the way of Amazed's view there, and him obviously a little bit of a collision with Humperdinck, but John's ghost still holding on to P10 there. and he's not giving up without a fight. But LGS is also right on the back of these guys, and that's Raven. That's both the Red Bulls right on the back there. Part of a bit of a train forming here. But this is the lap that DRS opens. I feel like Amaze might be tactically sitting behind John, because I feel like you can still get DRS off of. Whoa, that's a bit slippery there from Raven. You can still get DRS off of the Ghosts. But that's Flying Rosie right on the inside, and not very overtaking zone, but he's pulled that off cleanly. And Amazing, whoa! Oh, that's Connor Eddy gone. But what a move by Rosie. That was incredible. And here's the DRS train I was talking about. This is gonna start very quickly, and
Ewan's in the lead. Ewan just made a move on the DRS straight in towards turn 11 and 12, and he is just taking the lead. I'm sorry I missed it, but there's so much going on. Like, this is DRS Central right now, as well as Penalty Central, but Ewan is already pulling away from Jam Pancakes. The straight line speed he's got is amazing. You can tell Jam Pancakes is better on the corners than the straight on this track, but I thought the other way around due to the fact that he's in a Mercedes, but obviously not. He gets another chance going into turn 1. Left it is quite close to Clenzo as well, so we'll keep an eye on them as well, as Bobbers is out of DRS, so Christo is just going into DRS range. I don't think Jam Pancakes is going to go for the move. No, he's not. So let's follow battle for P5. Left is going to go to the left, and he backs out of it for now. He's got enough ERS to manage with, so I'm quite surprised he didn't go for the move, but Clenzo he's very strong. He doesn't want the positions to be let go of that easy. So you know, I'm very impressed with Left at this race. He had a good qualifying, and he's having a good race so far. And we're starting to see a few penalties come across our way, Dicer.
The SC's just been deployed, but a few penalties, and I'm feeling really bad for Jam Pancakes now, because I think I've just noticed, I think his DRS flap's broken, because he didn't open his DRS. That could be really bad, especially in these early laps, so you want to keep hold of the people in front of you. But VSC, and look at the train forming around 5th. Clenzo just holding on, obviously, but
Z-Tex, is he gonna? No, I thought he was gonna go for the move there, but he didn't there. And that's one retirement from the virtual safety car, and that's Hawk. He's not having a good season, is he?
Not the greatest, but obviously there's still quite a bit to go. So hopefully we'll be able to pick up some points and keep going for the rest of the season. I want him to get some points, get some more points. He deserves them. He's got decent pace, and oh no! It's happened again.
I swear, we've been commentators cursing like no tomorrow.
Oh,
Bobbers has got a drive through, and he's serving it right now.
Every time that he can possibly get a podium.
I am so sorry, Bobbers.
Oh,
that was entirely my fault. Because I mentioned him quite a bit. But yeah, he's now down in 15th place. That's not where he wants to be right now, but hopefully he can have some battles either way as well. And someone just pointed out in the chat, and I've just noticed as well, look at the gap between Ewan and Jam Pancakes now. You can tell Ewan is mega quick on pace. He's already out of DRS range, Dicer.
Obviously the DRS did not help him, but Jam Pancakes, he's underfueled his car a lot, and that has clearly not helped him on the straights. As you said, straight line speed, Ewan's just got the X. He's obviously tweaked his setup to benefit these extremely long straights. And I mean, there's a big gap between third as well with Christo, but Ewan is absolutely romping away with this. Not much Jam Pancakes can really do except for just sit and hopefully try and get him on an alternate strategy or something like that, because really, Ewan is looking extremely strong here, and Clenzo's moved his way up into P3, I've just noticed, but Christo's not going to give that up. He's going to stick it right there, constantly on that right side pod, but I think he's going to have to give it up. No, he's not. He's going to go for the switchback. Is this going to work here? No, it won't. Clenzo managing to take P3, but has left himself very, very vulnerable for DRS. Obviously, the tyres are getting to the point now where you can't go flat out through that right-hander, which could not help a few drivers indeed. But Clenzo's gone into the pits here,
and so is the Williams of Lefted, I think.
Lefted, quite a few.
And Jam Pancakes, most crucially. Jam Pancakes
has just gone for the mediums on lap 6. That is, I mean, if he can manage that, then
that is 2 laps too early. That's 2 laps too early.
That's what I've been thinking, but a lot of people have gone for it. So obviously these guys are obviously extraordinarily fast and know the game like the back of their hand. So they definitely know what they're doing. And I have
Oh!
no doubts of that. And whoa, what's happened there?
Well, I saw another incident happen, but obviously treat gamers out. Jam Pancakes or Bobbers, I think they touched each other. So I think Bobbers has got a bit of damage. So...
Oh no, it's just not going well for him. I feel so bad. Oh, he has. Oh, I'm so sorry, Bobbers.
Yeah, let's not say sorry. Let's concentrate on the race. I mean, you know, yeah, just he's now going to probably pit, but I think he could get away with it. He can get away with it.
If there's an incident, safety car is instantly straight back in this. Obviously, with the safety car patch as well, there's a lot more frequency of safety cars. So
probably least frequent here. Probably least frequent here. I've noticed.
Yeah, definitely. But it's still an opportunity, okay? We've got to keep hopes high here.
Exactly.
So, but Ewan, he's obviously stayed out a lap later. Is he going to stay out another lap? No, he's not. Could this benefit?
No, yes, he is.
Obviously,
oh, no, he's not.
No,
he's in the pits.
box.
He's in the pits.
Or it's one lap. I mean, it's not too much, especially with the gap that was there with Jam Pancakes. He's reacted, and he's reacted the next lap. Could it be enough to close the gap at least? It might be because of how horrible these tyres are. In the mediums, there's a lot more, I wouldn't say safety, but you can be a lot more,
it's
a lot faster in general. And
Jam Pancakes, is he ahead? Is crucially Ewan ahead?
Quite a bit. Ewan is ahead by quite a decent amount, and it doesn't look like he's come down basically at all. So,
that's impressive.
It's only one lap, so it didn't make too much of a difference. But Ewan just extremely fast. He's definitely showed it, and the gap hasn't changed even with the worn softs.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show how fast Ewan is actually on this game. I mean, absolutely impressive. So well done to him as well. I think there's only 3 people that are on the soft still yet to pit. That's Cristo, Pietro, and John. Obviously, John's Ghost, and a few people saying for us to invite. We literally can't do it unless we're in a party with him, and we're not. So yeah, unfortunately, we can't invite him to the game. Well, I can't, because obviously it'll interrupt the stream. So apologies about that, guys. But hopefully, maybe someone in the pits can invite him. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Otherwise, his race is over. And let's see, the gap now between Cristo and Pietro is 6/10. Will they choose to opt to pit at the same time? I think they might. So I think I know their teammates have pitted already. I know Trivian has pitted. Pietro is pitted. Cristo had to respond, didn't he, Dicer? He literally had the... I think he was literally about to go out for another lap. Then he saw Pietro going to the pits. And if he stayed for one more lap, I think Pietro would have been a lot more ahead of him than he would have anticipated.
Definitely, you've got to react, and I feel like he maybe was even going to, try and just pit this lap, because you could even physically see when they came into the pits, the tyres were completely knackered. There was nothing really left of them, and I feel like they have actually lost maybe a bit more time due to that weight. But he's instantly slid by a cyclist though with LGS. They're touching straight away now. Very clean driving by these two, but this is where it can get a bit dirty. One of them's got to back out. It's going to be LGS, but he could maybe try again. No, I feel like Christo's been able to very securely take the position, and all Raven's gone.
Safety car.
That's
worked well for the mediums.
Well.
That's worked out well for the medium runners, and possibly John. If John was here, it would have worked out so well for him, but he's not there. Ugh.
Oh, I would have worked perfectly for John because he's managed to one more lap. Cristo, obviously, literally on the lap that he's pitted. That's not going to be good for him because he has dropped positions. Same with Pietro. They've both dropped a few positions, and their whole thing about maybe trying to obviously having better tyre wear, so more grip across the rest of the race. And that could maybe even die down a little bit, because this safety car is obviously going to allow tyre saving across the grid. But this does mean that SSR Bobbers will catch up. Same with Trivian, and same with everyone else. So everyone is back in the race. Connor Eddy, hopefully going to score some points there. He's on the hards. He's going to be
Flying Rosie pits. Flying Rosie pits. Everyone else, I think, May stays out. Ollie pits as well.
Onto?
I don't know, probably hard. Yeah, I would say hard, I think, because, yeah, I wouldn't go onto the softs if I was you.
He's gone onto the softs.
I don't think he's meant to do that, whereas Ollie is on the mediums again, so he has to pit again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. Maybe they're hoping for another safety car, which I don't think we'll see.
Nah, it's highly unlikely around here, I'm afraid. So, you know, but you never know. We've seen surprises. This is the second week in succession that we've seen a Raven retirement called a safety car.
I mean, the Red Bulls haven't had the greatest of races this season. It's been quite bad for them. And Raven, obviously, causing 2 safety cars it's not going to look good for him, but it does mean that he's helped his teammate out a bit. So, I mean, I wouldn't say tactical, but it's definitely good for the team that they've been able to get safety car in. It's drawn the whole grid a lot closer. I'm still a bit confused. Oh, this also means Amaze leads, but Jam Pancakes is now right on the back of Ewan, and if he's got his DRS flaps working now, this could be a very good race in the race if he can keep on the back of Ewan. Obviously, Ewan being extremely pacey around could not work well for him. Strategy across the grid, obviously it's quite basic for the rest of the medium runners, mediums until the end. People like Flying Rosie and was it Ollie that also boxed double mediums? I'm not sure what they're going to do. I mean,
maybe
Rosie's
softs.
Probably going to go softs, but the soft life here is really, really, really hard to manage. So it's going to be a task for him, but who knows? Rosie managed to get a podium, was insane around Belgium. His strategy helped him out a lot there, and his strategy in general he's crazy with it. So he could just be an absolute mastermind here, which could help him out a lot.
Yeah, and Amazed as well. I mean, I know he still has to pit in a few laps' time, but he probably might be playing the team game and probably helping Lefted close up to the field as well. It's not just about the drivers, it's also about the constructors as well. Because usually I find, Rosie's pitting.
Rosie's, yeah, he probably went on the wrong tyre then.
Yeah, would John... No, actually, no, John is pitted on the softs as well. Is a ghost there. I don't know what happened there. Are they...
he's gone back onto... Very smart.
Are they...
He's gone back onto the mediums.
Are they expecting something that we're not? Are they expecting...
No.
I don't even know.
I feel like John, he's boxed onto the softs because he's AI, so he didn't really have much say in that. Rosie, he's been quite smart here because the safety car has to wait for him to catch up until it can box, which will probably be at the end of this lap. But he's mediums. He knows that he could take mediums to the end now, easily, probably. Very easily, he can take them. And you'll have tyre life on everybody else. So he's boxed onto softs, that's his one tyre change done. And he's boxed back onto the mediums. So he will be very strong throughout the rest of the race because he'll have that tyre life on everyone else by about 3-4 laps. And though that's not too much, it can be a lot around here because tyre life around here is not nice at all. So he's played something quite smart here. He's chosen for the future rather than track position right now. I mean, unless there's another safety car, it does seem like a good decision because, as you said, safety cars around here are quite rare. So he's taken full advantage of the current safety car and been able to pull off a very good tactical move here. Ollie probably, I mean, he's chosen track position over the future because he's gonna have to box again. So safety car in this lap.
That was quick. That was quick. I was not expecting it to be that quick. Yeah, Ollie, I think, just wants a point. So I think he's like he wants to focus, I think, on getting to the end and his tyre life anyway. So I think strategy-wise, I think he's done the right thing. I think Trippion's had a little bit of an off there somewhere in the safety car because John's ghost has overtaken him. But anyway, it's up to Amaze now. He's got to find the right moment to say, right, I'm going to floor it, because obviously he knows that Ewan and Jam Pancakes are going to try and overtake. Will Amaze be helping one or the other, or will he be concentrating on his own race? If I was him, I would concentrate on his own race. Obviously he can't pit now, it'll be a bit too late for him to pit, but the more the guys push up behind in battles, then that allow Maze to have some basically have some clear air, so this could work in his favour. I'm not used to Amaze leading the safety car, but he is. They're all going in a 2x2 formation. They are keen to get this race underway again. CTEC's got a penalty, but Amaze has got a really good restart. Let's closely watch Jam Pancakes into turn 1. Can he get the restart of dreams that he's doing? Oh, there's a little bit of contact from Amaze and Ewan, but that's going to allow Jam Pancakes to close in as well. Clenzo as well. We've got contact at the back. Flying Rosie's now down in 17th. And John as well. I think John's Ghost has been caught up in an instant so far. But meanwhile at the front, everyone's looking good so far. Adam Dude, he's up into 9th place after he was last and the lap 1, and now he's back up into 9th place. I mean, this race could still be go well in his favour. The safety cars this season has benefited him more than hindered him, and there's no DRS enabled this lap. It's got to wait 3 laps after the safety car, and this could change everything. Let's see what Christo can do up in 7th place. He's chasing down left in the Williams. I think we've got Ewan trying to get past Amaze. Amaze doing superb defending. I mean, it's not really for track position, but you know, Amaze really wants to push Ewan's tyres and ERS to make sure everyone else could close the field away. Oh, Amaze is just fighting so much. I don't think he's meant to do that, but it is in the rules that he can do that. So fair play to Amaze. As we also got Humperdinky's got past Adam Dude, and Jam Pancakes is closing up as well. Slight mistake, I think, from Amaze. As a nice helicopter shot, actually, as they still go side by side. We got Pietro and Colenso. Oh my god, this is just battle after battle here in Codesworth at the moment. We're going to see if Ewan could get past Amaze. This is crucial now. And I think he's going to do it. Yes, he does. And Jam Pancakes needs to do so as well. Pietro with a brilliant move around the inside. He's going to get P4. But for how much longer? Clenzo gets a switch back. And my oh my, that was a great move from Clenzo. There we go. So Clenzo's moved up. Ewan is back in the lead. Some good restarts and some horrible restarts from a variety of drivers, Dicer. Crazy.
That's absolutely awesome by Amaze. You can tell he cares about his own race and his own race only. He knows if he can hold up this field as much as possible, by the time that he boxes, this field probably still won't be as spread as it would be on a normal track without the safety car. He's taken full advantage of that, played the defensive line every single time, and Ewan has fallen for it straight away. He's completely lost so much time and so much ERS to people like Jam Pancakes. Jam Pancakes just glides past Amaze there. He's used the ERS perfectly and not fought within the corners, but just taking him on the straights. Obviously, it's still outside the DRS actually. Jam Pancakes is to Ewan, but he's been able to get past. He now has that ERS advantage, and he can push maybe a bit more because his tyres will probably be a bit. He will probably have saved his tyres a little bit more by not constantly pushing and constantly having to try and get past the Williams that wouldn't give up the position. And Amaze, again, already dropping back loads, 11 laps. DRS is now enabled. Clenzo's going to now have to look past Amaze, but great defending from him. Superb. You cannot beat that. It's not helping the opposition at all. And as you said, obviously he probably shouldn't be fighting, as he's not fighting for position. But in his mind, he's like, when I box, he wants the field to be as clumped up as possible, so that when he boxes, he will sort of lose maybe a little bit less time, because if he can slow down the field as much as possible, he could even sort of, you know, when he's back on the end of the field or wherever he comes out, he will come out where there's drivers around him, whereas if there's like a 5-second gap ahead. So he's making his own decisions here, and he's not letting the opposition pass, because that's just losing time to everyone that he will have an advantage on, and he'll have a big advantage because of the his switch onto the soft tyres.
Yeah, I must say Amaze has played a good strategy call for the whole of this race. I mean, I don't know how worn his tyres are at the moment. It must be very tricky. But let's see how Amaze does here on Clenzo going into the DRS straight. Oh my word, he's doing his best defending. Look at him. I mean, he's not struggling at all. I mean, that he is top tier driver for a reason. Oh, and Pietro's spun. I think he's got caught with Amaze.
Oh no!
Pietro.
And that's a wing gone and everything. Oh no!
I think bad luck for Toro Rosso drivers the last few races, I'm afraid, and you know, that puts him down in last place. But that is a shame. Amaze has got to now defend from left at his own teammate. Will there be team orders? I reckon. I think there might be, but Amaze is not used to Lefted being ahead of him, so it's going to be very tight. But Lefted knows he's got Chris right behind him as well. So that's going to be very crucial. So Christo, is he going to try and get past him? Nope, not yet, but this is going to be very, very feisty. I thought Amaze was going to come in, but he's not. I think Amaze is just hoping for another safety car, because if it does, it will work out really well for him. This is the battle we're talking about. I think there's a train from P4 all the way down to P13. And then we got gaps elsewhere as the two Williams are fighting side by side, as well as the Ferrari. And don't forget DRS is enabled. And we did lose C-Tex in this race a few laps ago. He retired from the pit lane after his incident and after the safety car restart. So unfortunate for him as Humperdinck got past Roberts in the start of Sector 2. And I'm seeing if Roberts can make the lunge. But let's go on board the two Williams. And I think Amazed lets Lefted through, which I think I was expecting him to do anyway. Unless he challenges. Oh, he's going to challenge him a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, he lets him through. To be expected, really. You don't want to lose constructors' points for that. So, yeah. So that means...
Whoa. Christo nearly taking out Amazed there. That was very close. A lunge where really, to be honest, I've seen a lot of people do it. It's really unexpected. So Chris obviously trying that. I feel like Amazed, obviously he's let his teammate through, but I feel like he turned off the radio there. He was not letting him through. He was forced by Lefted to move out the way, really, because obviously Amazed, he's still fighting with everything he's got here, and it's going to be no, it's not going to be a lunge by Christo, but Amazed has got extraordinarily wide. They're going to go side by side here. Surely this won't stay through the S's. Now through the right-hander. No, Amazed does take the position, and Christo's had to back out there. That's going to lose him time, but not a very good run by Amazed. He's still going to be able to... Oh, very, very close by the both of them. They're literally... Oh, their rear wing to front wing here. Christo right on the back of him. He's going to want to get past straight away because it's just a hindrance, and he's going to try and pull a Rossi here, and I think he's done it. Great move by Christo. Lefted, he's going to try and hang around the outside. No, not Lefted, Amaze, sorry. He's going to try and hang around the outside. It's not going to work. Who's going to get the DRS here? It will be Christo. And now, oh, it's going to be... Oh, that's incredible. But right behind them, I've just realised we've got Humperdinck and SSR Bobbers fighting as well. And Amaze is even going to maybe try and get through. Amaze does! He's managed to pull that off without DRS. And Humperdinck's also in there. This is insane. What is going on here? Humperdinck right on the outside of SSR Bobbers here. On the left side pod. No way, Bobbers has been pushed out wide. He's just been pushed out wide by Christo. And Humperdinck has not been able to make the move done. But that is incredible racing.
I wasn't expecting them to push that hard. They're on mediums, which they pitted about almost 10 laps ago. This is just insane to watch. We've seen crazy races. We've seen this has been a really fantastic season. There hasn't been a dull race at all this season from these drivers, and the guys that chose the calendar, well, the coordinators that chose the calendar did very well. LGS was trying to fend off Adam, dude. Adam who's going to try and fend to the right-hand side into turn 1. Can he get the switch back? He's going to try to, at least going into the S's. It's going to be hard to overtake in the S's, but I think he holds on just a little bit. LGS, I think, has got to make do for now in 11th place. But let's go back to Bobbert and Christo now. Christo has done well so far to fend off Amaze, but, you know, it's going to be very tricky because Amaze, you know him right now, guys. Once he can defend, he can defend. He's proven it time and time again. As Bobber's made a little bit of a mistake there, he's hit the back of Christo. That's probably going to help Amaze a little bit more as well. 15 lap on those mediums. That's just insane for Amaze. But anyway, let's see what Bobbers can do. I think he's got DRS. I think he's not going to go for the move, but Christo's going to go for the move. This could allow Bobbers to sense the opportunity. He's just going to stay put for now. Here we go, Christo to the left. Oh, this is just amazing. I mean, let's see that he does it again. He's going to go to the outside. The inside, oh my word. Christo with the swerve, he did a save there. He almost lost the car there from Amaze. And I think Amaze just about holds on. Let's see if Amaze can defend. He's very aggressive with his defender, but it's working out so well for him. I think this is one of Amaze's most best race in a long time. Bobbers has just got ahead of Christo. How did that happen? That was a great move from him. He's taken advantage, like I said earlier. That's allowed Amaze to really pull the gap from SSR Bobbert. And Amaze is up into P5. Humperdinck, he's going to try and get the move on Christo into turn 1. He almost did it. He's going to try on the SS section once more. And it looks like Bobbert is going to have a really comfortable gap. And Humperdinck into 7th place. Wow. Get on Humperdinck, get on Christo, and get on Bobbert as well. I think the midfield battle is probably the best battle we're seeing all race.
This is ranging from 5th down to 13th. It's just fights all around here, and right on the back of Amazed is SSR Bobbert. You have got a challenge on your hand here, because Amazed is not giving up. He does not care that he does not have DRS. He's instantly switched that inside line, and you just see a train of cars on that inside line here, and this is where it starts to get tasty, especially around this section here, and they're all going to clump up instantly. Look up there by Christo, and he's defending for Rosie. Rosie has had to concede the position, though. He's had to back out there, because if he didn't, that would have got very messy very quickly. But they're going to go side by side. It's Adam Dude and Rosie now. Obviously, Rosie's little mess up there with Christo has left the door wide open for a easy position to be taken there. It's not going to happen though. But right at the front again, we've got Amazing SSR Bobbert. How is he holding this position? These two have got 16 lap old and 10 lap old tyres. How is this not? How is Bobbert not getting past, and how is he keeping on this position? It's incredible. But again, the DRS comes on. Surely, is he going to try and move? He's got to. Amazed cannot defend this. And he's swept by, but he's maybe got a bit deep, and Amazed gets the switch back again. But oh no, surely not through the S's.
No.
Through the S's, someone's got to back out. Bobbert's backs out, but he takes the better line here. This could be just set up for the future here. How on earth is Amazed still P5? This would be incredible for when he switches on to the softs, because he still has not pitted. Wow. And again, it's the same train of people all on each other. Rear wing to front wing, all the way stretching back to 13th. This is incredible. The DRS comes on again, but it will not make a difference. They all slide over to the left side of the track, and it's incredible. How on earth? Nobody has even taken a bit of damage here. The marbles all getting picked up on their tyres, and Bobbers has made a dive bomb. Will it be enough this time? And right on his left rear is Amazed. Amazed goes for the cutback, and he does it again. It's the same thing over again, but Boris knows how to defend this time, and he forces him wide, and I think that finally might be the position, but it's still not over. Rosie on Christo here, they're going side by side, but surely they can't go too deep. He's gone for the double overtake, and Rosie's gone, no! He's gone sideways, and he's forced everyone into the shadow realm there. They've all gone off, and oh, it was inevitable, surely.
How did that Toro Rosso and Renault avoid that? How did LGS and Orly avoid that? But let's see. Adam Dude. My oh my. Adam Dude's going to get past Christo. Oh, it's a bit of contact. Phil bang into turn one.
Christo's gone, no.
Christo's lost it. He's lost it. He was doing so well. And now he's down into 12th place. He's not going to be in that DRS train now. And that's going to leave crucial people in the points. And I mean, he was just he got a bit too risky there, I think, Rosie, and Rosie now has to pit for softs, and Christo I think had nowhere to go by the looks of things, and that's where he is. And Amaze is absolutely nailing it right now. I mean, he's trying to fend off her, but you can actually tell his tyres are starting to go, because Adam Dude got past him quite easily right now. Is Amaze going to challenge Adam Dude into the DRS straight? We'll have to find out really soon as well. We're running on board with Amaze quite a lot today, but he's been, to be honest, he's been the star of the show. He's going to get the right hand side, a bit of a lock up. Surely Amaze has got to pit now, otherwise he's going to make so many mistakes. Amaze fending off Adam Dude like no tomorrow. He's fending off like his tyres are newer than Adam Dude's. It's crazy. I mean, you know, a bit of a save from Adam Dude there. I don't know how he didn't get damaged from that, but he did save that. Amaze surely has got to pit now. The tyres will get to the end of the race if he pits now. So that's what he's got to do. And he's not pitting. He's staying out. Oh, that is a bit of a shot. And yeah. And the DRS train is still forming. But this time from 6th place all the way down to 12th. Christo is still in this DRS train. He's going to get past Ollie into turn 1. Can he do it? Yes, he does. What a move. And Ollie with the switchback of dreams gets past Christo once again into P11. That's a good defensive move from Ollie, I must say. He's doing, I think he's keeping out of trouble most of this race, to be honest. And that's what's helping him quite a lot here right now. And that's allowing the top 3 just to run pretty much the top 5. Now, actually, no, the top 4 to actually run away with it right now. As they're pretty much having a race of their own, to be honest. We're just watching a vid build at the moment. Ewan's in the lead, Jam Pancake second, Clenzo third, and Left is 4th. But don't forget, Dicer, penalties still to be decided. We don't know who's got how many penalties. We're losing track of how many penalties they've got. We'll just have to wait until the end of the race as Adam Dude is fending off a Maze once again. Oh my word. As Adam Dude has gone off the circuit. And I think he's being forced to let a Maze through. No, he's not. He's challenging for the move anyway. You can see a Maze struggling, but he's not giving up. He's going to go for the lunge. He's not. He's not going to go for it. Oh, this is very exciting. I can't watch this. This is amazing, Dicer.
Oh, this is easily amazed this box lap, surely. Adam Dude, one thing I've noticed from Adam Dude is he has a 3 second, and at this point in time, a 3 second is the worst thing that could possibly happen to a man, because he has Ollie Smith. Oh, I forgot he's had to box again, because obviously he boxed double mediums.
Oh yeah,
but
good point.
It's going to continue. And is that amazed? That's still amazed. What is going on? He's out till lap 21 and he's fighting. LGS on his left rear. He's still there. Obviously, he's going to have to not fight through the S's, because on those tyres and on this track, that would be the worst idea. But he picks up a 3 second time penalty there. But wow, I've got to tip my hat to him. I don't think he's going to get a very good finish. I feel like he's maybe left it a little bit too late to box. He should have boxed when he was holding everyone up. He's not going to get the greatest of finishes here. And Christo's going to make sure he goes one position lower. And he just slides through in that hairpin. Amazed. I'm sorry, mate, but your switchback, surely that's not going to work now on these tyres, where you've basically just got metal rims as rears. And he's still made the move work, though. And Connor Eddy is catching. He's joined the train now. And what a switchback from Christo. He managed to make that work as well. And wow, it's surely got to be amazed this box time. There's no way he's going to be able to last this long.
What? Amazed? He's not going to go for the send now. Oh, no, amazed. Oh, he almost lost it again. Yeah, he's going to have to box. He's going off everywhere. He's going to be in puncture territory if he's not careful. His tyres are already looking worn by looks of things. Is he going to box? Please say he's going to box. Yes, he's going to box. Okay, panic over. And he's going to go onto the softs. He's going to be mega quick on the softs, but he's lost so much time due to battling other cars. I mean, the only person outside the top 10, well, 2 people outside the top 10 on the soft is Ollie and Flying Rosie. So, you know, that's going to be very, very tough for him to come back from this. But, you know, he's still in contender for drive of the day, because he's done absolutely amazing so far. So, fair play. It's Flying Rosie, as I just said that, going for fastest lap so far. As Maze is down in last place, but not quite by some margin, though. Flying Rosie's right behind him as well. We could see a Maze fighting for positions yet again. It is far from over for a Maze. It's great.
It is great. Obviously, amazed we have to sort of work calculations back here. So he's got around 6 laps on the soft tyres, which is sort of the prime, I'd say, 6 to 7. He could have maybe pushed on those mediums a little bit longer until puncture territory, because, I mean, they do last moderately long, the mediums, but nowhere near sort of what I feel like, nowhere near to the end of the race. You could not do that. He's pushed it long enough, definitely, and you could tell just from the long right-hander in the third sector, where he was having to let off so much just because his tyres were dead. And even on the on his last attempt before he boxed,
oh, amazed! He's going for the lunge again, and they touched with Rosie. Yeah, can he do it? Can he get the lunge? He's going to try to, at least on those softs, and he does it. Amazed, up into 14th place. But Rosie's having none of that. He says that does a Hulkenberg, see you later, and he's up into 14th place. Rosie. So I think this battle with Rosie and Amaze is going to go on till the end of the race. So this is something we're definitely going to watch out for. I think I think with the only other battle we've got on track is between Christo and LGS. Everyone else seems to have died, I'm afraid, in terms of battling. But actually, no, speaking of that, it might not be the case. As Jam Pancakes is go up to you in quite a bit, actually. 1.1 seconds. If he gains a 10th, then he's in DRS territory at the moment, which will really help him. I think Ewan and Jam Pancakes are equal on penalties, so they're fighting for position. I don't know. If you could check for me, Dicer, that would be great. I don't know at the moment. Just keep an eye on the top two. But I would say this has probably got to be one of the races of the season so far. Let's watch our ball with Christo, actually, to see if he can get the defence off his teammate. LGS with the lock-up. And there we go. LGS, I think, stays down in 8th place, I believe. Yep, he does. So, yeah, any update on penalties?
So they are equal on penalties, which means
yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, 2/10 is the gap between possibility to be able to make a move with that DRS and not. Christo, sorry to change sort of away from those two, but I'm not gonna lie, nothing's really happening yet until the DRS is made. Christo, I feel like he can maybe try something here. LGS, obviously, the DRS train has broken off since Amazed boxed. So Christo, he's definitely DRS saving. He's done none for this whole lap, and LGS, that rear end is looking a bit happy there, and that has lost him the exit completely, which means that he's very, very open to an attack. He's got quite a while to go until Adam Dude, so his chances of a DRS sort of save is looking extremely slim, and he's not. Oh, he had a bit of a mistake there, which allowed Christo to gain a little bit more, and obviously Christo, I feel like he might have a few penalties because he looked like he was taking that a little bit deep into the corner. But here we go, he switches, hot lap here. Will he? Surely he's a bit far back even with DRS. Will it be enough? This is a very long straight, and it looks like he's going to hold the position for now. Obviously there's still quite a few laps to go, and on these tyres anything can happen. Connor Eddy, though, to be fair to him, he's put in work here for the Red Bull team. Obviously his teammate DNFing, and he's obviously on the probably worse. He's on the worst compound tyre, but I reckon it's the best now. Other than the soft runners, he's probably looking the strongest because he's got that mediums are starting to die, and he's got the pace that's very deep there for Christo. He's got the pace that's of the old hard tyres, but Christo, he's going to maybe try it. Surely he's got to try into turn 1 now on LGS. He's going to stick that DRS on, overtake, and does he flick to the side? Yes, he does. It's not going to be enough. LGS leaves him way too much room there, and he's managed to get the better exit of LGS, and he holds onto that position for another, probably until the next DRS straight. But to be honest, at the front, I've just looked there, the gap is even starting to split open a little bit, to be honest. Ewan could see that the gap's coming down, and he's pushed that a little bit more. And, oh my lord, Christo is right on the back of LGS. Surely he's got to try it now. There's no way that he's not going to. He won't try it into the hairpin, maybe. No, he won't. He's going to wait until that DRS zone, and he will flick up his rear wing, and he will push into hot lap now. Overtake. DRS is on. Surely this should be it. Here we go. Is he going to flick to the left side? Yes, he does. LGS not going to try too hard to defend. He's obviously going to keep his car there, and he's going to go for the switchback, but I don't think it's going to work there. Christo managing to cover off his line instantly, not allowing any form of a switchback to happen. Now this is where overtakes have happened quite a bit before, and he's gone heavy into the corner, but LGS not being able to make the move, and that could probably be it until the next detection zone, because Christo's ERS is looking extremely low, whereas LGS has good ERS here with 40%. So this fight is far from over, but for now it feels like Christo does have control of the situation.
Yeah, definitely. He's managing it quite well, and he knows to handle the pressure from LGS, to be honest. He's done it before so far, and we are starting to see a few more penalties go through at the moment. But again, we are not the only penalties we know of are the top two. They've got equal on penalties. Everybody else, we don't have a clue what penalties they are, so we're just going to find out at the end of the race where they stack up against the top two to see where they stand. But meanwhile, we could see a change of position between Christo and LGS here coming up as well. Will Christo get one of his best results of the season? It is looking like it at the moment. He is 15th in the championship so far. He is on 8 points so far in this championship. He's looking to get more. He could get another 4 points if he stays as he is, but depending on penalties. Obviously, we don't know if LGS has more or less penalties than him. We do have a yellow flag. We do see a Williams off, and it's Amazed. No! Amazed has spun. So hard work that he has done has just pretty much undone himself, unfortunately. He's lost his front wing, and yeah, that is going to be last place for him, sadly. But yeah, that is a shame, isn't it? I was going to put him for drive. I might still put him for driver of the day, but you know, you got to hand it to Amaze for doing so well up until this point.
I'll tell you what, I feel like he's taken the showmanship role here. He's probably sacrificed quite a few positions to entertain everyone, because he definitely knows when you're holding up a 7-odd car train, there's no way it's not going to be noticed by the commentators. So he's definitely taken a showmanship role there. So I've got to give hats off to him. He's done incredibly well this whole race. It's sensational how he's managed to defend so much, and even with the spin at the end, you've just got to give something to him. There's no way you can defend that with like 7-odd laps to your tyres compared to everyone else on fresh ones, and you're just defending 7 people at once. You can't sort of give that nothing. You've got to give him something. So even with the spin, and obviously even with being last, you've got to it's less about the standings sometimes, and this is definitely one of those races where the standings tells half the story.
Yeah, definitely. I've got to agree with that. And Amaze right now in the standings is P16, so he's not that far behind Christo, but he's going to like it nonetheless. As Adam Dude, he gets the run in Humperdinck into the DRS straight, and he does it as well. Considering Adam Dude was last after that instant earlier on in lap 1, and he's now P6. That is just incredible. I mean, a comeback of dreams right now. He's doing amazing. Looking back at it, you may think, oh, Adam Dude started high up and now he's P6, but he had trouble earlier on. He had a lot to fight for, and he's doing brilliantly. So fair play to him, and also Humperdinck as well. He's had a good race and good battles as well. I think pretty much everyone has been involved in battles, either way, shape or form. But Jam, Pancakes and Ewan has had a quiet race so far, as well as Cleanso as well. We haven't talked much about Cleanso. Cleanso has driven brilliantly. He could be on for his best result of the season. He's on 36 points right now, and it could be another 15 points added to his name if he keeps it up so far. He's got Lefted though, which is 1.89 seconds up the road. Lefted could be on for his best result as well. We're on the final lap so far. I don't think much is going to change in terms of the front two. I think Ewan, unless Ewan makes a mistake, I think he's going to hold on to the win. But, you know, I thought Jam Pancakes was going to do it, but he didn't. And I think this is one of the first times where the poll didn't convert to a win for Jam Pancakes.
Those two have had a very... Oh, Amazed. Oh, he must have had a lot of penalties. Wow. But, Cleanso lefted SR Bobbits Adam Dude. Adam Dude starting 11th and the spin. SR Bobbits taking it up from a drive-through, and then lefted just driving an amazing race. Sensational, but nothing really compares to Ewan's drive here. He comes across the line, and a great race from him. And second behind is Jam Pancakes here, and Cleanso. Now is the time to see, will he retain his best finish, because it's still unknown about penalties.
No,
he doesn't. Lefted takes third, and surely he won't have enough penalties to get Bobbits ahead. But will Bobbits even hold on to his position? But Lefted taking the podium there, final spot, and Adam Dude into P6. Humperdinck up into P5.
Wow.
Fair enough. And Connor Eddy picking up points for Red Bull, which is extremely needed in their current situation, not performing at all how they wanted to at the start of the season. And Ollie Smith 13th, Pietro again, not a terrible race until also.
Flying Rosie doing donuts. He's reversing off the line. I'm not really that surprised, to be honest. He's doing his bit for the camera, and he bottled it. He tried at least, but Yeah, it's been a good. I think we haven't had one dull race in Xbox One F1. They've all been fantastic, and I gotta say this race has been brilliant. And unfortunately, we didn't see much of the top three because they ran away with it. Or the top four at least, because they ran away with it. So Ewan, we didn't see any of him apart from at the start. He had a really great start to begin with and controlled the race from here on out. And actually, Jam Pancakes had a good start. Then Ewan overtook him. So brilliant stuff. Left it. It's his best result of the season. I mean, he was, I believe, he's 13th in the standings. Surely, because he's going to get another 15 points. That's going to put him 30 points. He's going to be joint on points with VSR Antoine, who's not here tonight. So that's going to put him way in the top 10. That's just great. Would you take us through the standings, Dicer?
Alright, so Ewan, obviously a great race from him. He's managed to take the win in Jam Pancakes. A penalty away from taking first here, but not enough. Lefted, best result of the season, incredible by him. Clenzo, track position third, but not being able to pull it through due to penalties. Humperdinck, fifth, another great result from him, being able to
no penalties.
Everyone's mistakes. That is incredible, especially around here. SR Bobberts back from the pit lane. Adam Dude, amazing. LGS, Christo, Connor, Eddie. Those guys just constantly fighting, and the rest of them, obviously. People like Tribune, Pietro, Ollie Smith, and John. John obviously disconnecting, and Rosie at the end. Nice reverse across the line. So those guys didn't have the best races, but sensational by the guys at the front. You can't match it.
Yeah, it was just incredible. There was too many people for driver of the day that I have to mention. I'll say Lefty for getting his first podium, Humperdinck for getting no penalties. It's between Humperdinck and Adam Dude. You know what? I'm going to give it to Adam Dude. A great comeback drive from him. He did well despite the troubles, because we thought that he wasn't going to get back to a top 10 position after his spin, after his instant. But he proved the doubters wrong and did a brilliant result. And I know you might choose someone different, or might choose someone who I was thinking of. But who is your driver of the day, Dicer?
So I kind of want to give showman of the day to Amazed, because I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, disqualification doesn't really deserve driver of the day. I'm not gonna lie, even with that amazing fighting. I'm probably gonna go Bobberts, just because he's managed to take. He's taken it on the chin. He got a pit lane. He had to get a drive through, so he spent most of the time in the pit lane, dropped right the way down to dead last. I think he got involved in the incident as well. He had a shocking start to the race, and then he was just the first one to get past Amazed, which probably was an achievement in itself to be able to get past him, especially that early on in the race. And it helped him so much, because his mentality as soon as he was past Amazed was just run, because that is all that you can do, because if someone else gets by, you're racing with them now. So he managed to get away from that train as soon as possible, because he knew Amazed was going to carry on fighting. So I'm going to give it to Bobberts just for his mentality and his not giving up, and being a great racer, and being able to show how recovery drives like that are possible.
Yep, so I've given mine to Adam Dude, with Humperdinck a close second, and you've given yours to SR Bobberts. Who do you think in the chat deserves driver of the day? Let us know in the comments below or in the stream chat if you do have time. It'll be interesting to hear your thoughts. And that is the final race of the night then. Thank you guys so much for watching this incredible race, and I think quite a lot of people agree on your for the Amazed to be showman of the day there, and I have to agree that myself. Next week we will be in China for the Chinese Grand Prix, a track where it's most likely it could rain more than any other track, so I'm looking forward to that one, and a mixture of strategies as well. So IBJS95, thank you guys for joining me in the commentary box as per always.
Thank you for having me, it's been great to be here.
And we will see you next week for the Chinese Grand Prix. Have a good evening, stay home and stay safe. Goodbye.